Good morning, Commissioner Chris Civic. I want to thank you for joining me. This is the meeting after the meeting. I just finished this week's Carbon County Commissioners meeting. For about the next 10 or 15 minutes, I'm going to be online here. Any questions, concerns, issues you have, feel free to raise them. You can go ahead and just throw it in the chat, or you can feel free to give me a call at 570-503-6780. Again, I'll be on for about 15 minutes. Got a busy day today, but that phone number that you see right there, 570-503-6780, is available anytime with the exception of 5:30 to 7:30 every evening when it's dinner time, bath time, bedtime, and all that for Molly. So feel free, if you have any questions, any issues or concerns, feel free to bring them to my attention right now. I'm going to start a little watch party here if I can. So again, this is Commissioner Chris Lukasiewicz. This is the meeting after the meeting. We're on a somewhat irregular basis. I like to go ahead and provide an opportunity for you to ask questions, get your issues or concerns answered. And this is that opportunity. One, you can either go ahead through the chat function there on Facebook, or give me a call at 570-503-6780. I did want to make one announcement on behalf of the Director of Elections. I know many folks applied for what's misnamed a permanent annual application for a mail-in ballot. If you've applied prior to the primary for a permanent annual mail-in ballot, you do not have to reapply for receiving a ballot for the general election. That'll be automatically mailed to you once those ballots are prepared and ready sometime September, October. So again, if you are unsure if you applied for simply a one-time request for a mail-in ballot, or might you have, questioning yourself, if you had actually applied for a misnamed permanent annual, just give Lisa Dart a call, or Jane down at the elections office to clarify. What is happening is we're seeing all these redundant applications for mail-ins. That is, you may have requested a permanent annual, which means you'd be getting one for the general election in addition to the primary. So you're already in the queue to get that. However, we see people reapplying again, and it's creating a lot of paperwork because the Election Bureau has to go through the entire same process and send out a letter informing you've already are registered or signed up for that mail-in ballot that will be sent for the general election. So if you have any doubts or questions about where you stand on your mail-in ballot request, just call down to the elections office. I'll pull and see if I have that number right here. Elections 325-4801. So let me stick that in there. 570-325-4801. I'm typing that in there. Questions about status of mail-in. All right, so if you have any question about the status of your mail-in ballot request, you're not sure if you did an annual, a permanent annual, or just a one-time one, give Lisa and Jane a call down at the office. Again, this is Chris Lukasiewicz, Carbon County Commissioner, and what I'm doing right now is a little bit of FaceTime live streaming. This is the meeting after the meeting. I'm going to be on for about another 10 minutes or so. I'm on the iPhone. I'm just kind of pushing this around a little bit around the county on specific Facebook groups. Give folks an opportunity here over the next few minutes to come on live. Again, don't hesitate to give me a call anytime at 570-503-6780. There's an exception to everything, and that is don't call between 5:30 and 7:30. Again, that's kind of family time. All right, so let's get there a couple more. You know, it's interesting. Sometimes when you go to share, you can just hit send. There's a kind of a gray box. And other times, you actually individually have to hit or select each different group you'll belong to. I still haven't figured that one out for sure, but I always trying to figure out, is there some types of posts that you can send everyone with just a couple clicks? I still don't get it. All right, and I think I hit all the regular open ones. Oh, Penn Forest Township, there we go. All right, so again, Chris Lukasevich, I'm going to be here for about another 7 or 8 minutes. This is just an opportunity to answer any questions, concerns you might have at this time. Don't hesitate to throw something in the chat room, or otherwise give me a quick call at 570-503-6780. Commissioners meeting today. I'm trying to think if there's really anything of much significance that took place that might be of interest to you all. I mean, we are continuing to go through the process because of the renovations of 4476 Susquehanna Street. Looking at rental property, temporary rental property, as we have to move 4 offices out of 76 Susquehanna in order to start both 44 and 76 renovations concurrently. So we're looking at rental space, both Mach-Chung Trust Company in their plaza in Jim Thorpe on North Street at 1202 has some space available, as does the Jim Thorpe Area School District. So we're looking at getting those spaces appraised so we're comfortable knowing the fair market value as we, let's say, enter negotiations for those. Now, I just went through all the documentation. Really not much there in regards to this week's meeting. Went pretty quick. Again, though, you can watch the entire meeting, which may have been 25 minutes or so. The majority of it seemed to be made up by maybe some of the press questions and stuff like that. But you can go ahead and watch the whole meeting at Carbon County Commissioners on Facebook, or of course, you can also see that at C4, Chris Carbon County Commissioner Facebook page. Again, just check and make sure see if there's any real comments of significance out there. Nope, none. Good. And again, got about 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to move on to other things that are pending. Don't mind me as I multitask here. Again, this is an opportunity. Feel free to take advantage of it and interact. I want to highlight on August 10th, and I said this on Carbon Matters 2 weeks ago, we're going to be joined by the head of the Schuylkill PAC, Joe Stearns. Joe Stearns is going to be meeting with us to discuss home rule. So more or less, that's a varied form of municipal government here in Pennsylvania. We have our neighbors in Lehigh who are an example of that. Luzerne County also are a home rule county, and we're going to have that discussion with Mr. Joe Stearns. Joe Stern, as he's leading the effort in Schuylkill County to go from, let me call it the conventional form of county government with 3 commissioners to home rule, which is really similar to maybe a private corporate or a publicly traded corporation, where you have a CEO, chief executive officer, and then you have a board of directors. So significantly different from this triumvirate, this 3-headed beast we have in Carbon County. I'm a big proponent of it. It brings a lot more authority and, of course, with that responsibility to the county itself versus simply allowing dictates from the state to guide your actions. Now, obviously, any existing laws in place, you can't go outside of there, but it does give you a lot more freedom of movement and maneuver. So we're going to be talking about home rule August 10th, starting at 8. That's Carbon Matters live streaming. That'll be broadcasting from right here in this office when Maggie and I will be joined by Joe Stearns of the Better Schuylkill PAC. So, you know, if you have nothing to do that evening, or you're interested in a different form of government, basically Carbon County having its own charter or constitution, which guides how we administer county government, please join me for that conversation. I'm going to really enjoy it. I spoke about it about 2 or 3 months ago in my County Government 101 primer. What time does the COVID block grant application period end? That period ends Friday night at midnight, right? So you have to have your application in by Friday night at midnight. Now, if for some crazy reason you're an organization that can't find your 990N or your nonprofit determination letter, if you go to the IRS website, they have your 990s and your nonprofit determination letter, plus some other documents, depending on what they have, available online. If you can go to Carbon County Commissioner or Carbon County Commissioner's Facebook page, I posted the link to that last night. All right. Fall foliage time, can we get police up on the hill for traffic? That's a municipal issue, Amy, so you'll have to go ahead and call, you know, Chief Joey Schatz or Mayor Safranco, as that is a municipal issue and not a county issue. So again, Mayor Safranco or Chief Joey Schatz, obviously call over to Maureen Sterner, the borough manager or the borough office, and they can get you contacted. Bear in mind too, there is no formal fall foliage festival, although we know we'll have a multitude of individuals, of masses coming, regardless if there's formal activities programmed or not. Hi Bruce, hope you're doing well. Again, I'm Carbon County Commissioner Chris Lukasiewicz. This is the meeting after the meeting. It's just an opportunity for a few minutes to have a conversation or an interaction with you all, any issues or concerns. CarbonCounty.com, that's where you can get the portal. That's the application grant portal for those tourism businesses, small businesses under 100 employees, municipalities, 501c3s or 501c19s to apply for an opportunity to receive some funds because of lost revenue or actions, activities, or resources that had to be utilized to prepare, prevent, or respond to COVID-19. Oh, bear litter. I'll bring up Kathy in reference to the bear-proof trash cans. Are you talking in the camping area or in the beach area itself? Because in the beach area, those are emptied and checked every couple hours. As a matter of fact, it's more frequent now because of the COVID-19 cleaning. Every time I've been out at the lake, at least in the beach area, the cans have been empty. The 2 dumpsters when you exit the camping area also seem to be in pretty good shape. I don't know for sure if they're locked at night, but I'll go ahead and talk at the next Parks and Recreation Advisory Board and bring that up. You may also want to mention that same thing, Kathy, to Tom Wildonner over on North Street. He is a member of the Parks and Recreation Commission, which is an advisory board. Yeah. Yeah, I know they just did recently remove a bear, matter of fact. I think that was about That was a couple days before the last meeting that we had. So I got about 1 more minute and I'm gonna check out. Got some other things to do to include lunch. So again, thanks for tuning in. Any questions, concerns, feel free to email me at clukasevich@carboncounty.net. I'm gonna put that in there. .net, or call 570-503-6780. All right, so again, I'm going to check out here. Take care. Always appreciate the opportunity to engage. And again, join us August 10th, 8 o'clock, Carbon Matters, Better Schuylkill PAC. President Joe Stearns, who's also a political consultant. We're talking all about home rule right after we highlight the matters that most matter to you, a Carbon County resident. Have a great afternoon.